Well.
Yes.
We are moving on to Beverly Hills. But we're not in Beverly Hills this week on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We are
Augusta.
down in Augusta. And I'm telling you, I wish they would have just hit the delete button on this whole entire episode. Because gosh dang it. Bless their heart. I hated it. Ugh.
You know, I'm going to eat my words because I was saying Sutton doesn't like show us enough of her life. Now we're seeing the life and I'm like, I don't want to know anymore.
I don't want to
care.
I don't want to see it. This could have been the
she could tuck her life away.
And listen, I understand they're trying to tackle the issue of suicide, I think, but this is not why we tune into Beverly Hills. No. We tune in to see Jennifer Tilly's Louis Vuitton boat purse. That's $15,000. I didn't tune in to see. It's like the equivalent of like, I don't know. I'm not even going to use the example I was going to use because it's insane. But my point is, I'm not tuning in to go walk down Sutton's trauma lane. Like,
no.
Eek. And, you know, we feel for Sutton for all she's been through.
No.
But I don't want to know.
I don't feel for her so much. Like her behavior this season, especially to me, has been so lousy. Yeah. That it makes me not sympathize with her in a way. I might have sympathized if it was Bose.
She's not relatable.
Or Dorit maybe. Like if they were going through something like this, God forbid, they would have had my heart in it more. Like my heart wasn't in it for her. Is that mean? I don't know.
No, I don't think it's being mean. I think you're being honest by saying because Sutton is not a relatable character. No. She blames, I think, she just runs rampant with her emotions.
Yeah.
She's not
She's a highly emotional person. She's needy and she's not nice.
But she just spews her emotions everywhere.
Yeah, she does.
So as much as I feel for anybody who has lost a parent or anyone, a family member that dies by suicide.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I just don't think it's the place for it. It's just, I want to tune in. I want to see why instead of this episode, why can't we get a tour of Jennifer Tilly's party house? This is what I want to see. I want to see Jennifer Tilly's other house next door to the house that I once worked in.
I want to see that house.
I want to see the party house. Why are we not having Jennifer Tilly throw a party in her fucking party house?
Well, why didn't Jennifer go on this trip? Maybe that would have made it more interesting.
Oh.
I don't know.
She's like a super standout.
She really is. Do you know what I was reading, though? That the cast doesn't like her, except Sutton.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if that's true or not.
I just heard
they don't like filming with her.
Kyle singing her praises like she's such a great.
Okay, so maybe that was just like some.
Well, I mean, there's so much fake news.
So
much fake news on the internet. But maybe. But
no, I love her.
What's not to like? I mean, she comes. She's rich as AF.
I know.
I mean, she comes. She. With her guttural laugh, she's got tons of cash.
Yeah,
she brings a fun element.
She brings a lightness to it. She's whimsical. I love her. Yeah, I wish they showed her.
I don't know, but I can't even get involved with. You know, at the end of this all, I don't know. Do we want to go into a little bit about? What happened down there?
Well, one thing I wrote at the top of it that hit to me is that Sutton's mom is a Cancer. I'm a Cancer. So I know how Cancers are. They're very emotional. I can be like that, very sensitive. They can be kind of nurturing. I don't get that so much from Sutton's mom, who, by the way, did you pick this up? Her mom is a therapist.
Wait.
And I'm like, what?
Now, there is a saying, or there is this kind of school of thought that people that are therapists, not all, but people that are therapists are the most screwed up of the lot.
Okay.
Or have been through a lot. But I have found, like, I have a friend who has a family member who's a therapist.
Okay.
She's completely nuts.
Okay.
But she is a therapist. Like,
but in her personal life, she's crazy.
Correct. And I have heard this more than once, and I'm not saying that's a blanket statement, but maybe it does lend itself to people who have been through things who try to help other people.
Yeah.
But it did not shock me when I heard that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, ooh, I don't know who would go to her unless you have to be like, but I have to say,
Maybe she's an excellent therapist,
she might
right?
be just because she's not emotional.
Yeah.
And she's
She-
not a nurturer. That might make her really good because you can just see the problem for what it is.
Yes.
And say, here's what I think, or here's what I'm seeing,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to someone like me who's this crazy empath who'd be like, oh my God, I feel so sorry.
Yeah,
You know?
right.
And Reba even said to Kyle that she's not a nurturer.
Yeah.
I mean, she just said it
not a
straight out.
nurturer, which made me laugh because I wouldn't think she was a Cancer either, but I did get to like Reba a little more.
I
in
did.
This
By the end of the
episode.
episode, she did not come off as difficult. She came off as kind of like maybe a little salty, but
Yeah.
not in a bad way.
No, I think she explained where she came from,
Yeah.
how she was raised.
Exactly.
And it makes a little more sense.
Right.
And look, she went through this too with her husband. So it's a lot.
Yeah, so I mean, it's too bad what happened with her father, and
But
then
the serious depression, I mean, it's a very serious illness.
of course.
And, it's got to be very, very hard for the person that's in it and the people around the person.
Right.
So it's not easy. And yeah, she said he self-medicated. He turned to alcohol. And I think she said he shot himself in December of 2002.
Yeah.
So, a long time ago, right? Like 20 plus years ago.
And then Garcelle and Reba sat down for a drink. That was interesting.
Yeah, that was an interesting scene. What did you think of it?
I thought it was interesting. I mean, she said, Sutton is proud of how far she's come, and I think she would like to hear you say that you're proud of her too. And then Reba was just like, well, that's just none of your business.
I don't think that's any of your business.
Right. And then she said, I think you have no clue.
Yeah.
And she did keep her cool by saying that.
No, she did. I mean, what do you think she means by that? Like, I don't think you have a clue.
She has a
it's
clue.
like you don't have a clue what we've gone through together,
Exactly.
Sutton and I.
Or who I am.
Or who
where
I
we
am.
are, who I am, who
Right.
she is. And then she said, are you giving me a message? And Garcelle said, maybe I am.
Mm-hmm.
But
was it Garcelle that said Reba is tough? Somewhere along the way, Reba got hurt and shut down. So, okay, so at least Garcelle does understand where she's coming from instead of saying, oh, that was so rude of Reba.
And she also said, too, that Garcelle said that Sutton had this wonderful relationship with her father.
Yeah.
And she didn't have that relationship with her mom. So maybe there is some jealousy there. And then, now you leave me here with, like, it's just a horrible situation.
It's a terrible situation. And then Sutton, wants to visit the home where it happened.
I don't understand why they went back into. I was like, what? This would be.
What do you call that when you have to face where something tragic happened? There is a word for
the
it.
therapy. Like it's called like a. I know exactly what you're saying. Like it's a type of therapy. Like like intensive. Now it's something about you're facing it and going back into it. I can't think of the name right now.
It's a way to heal.
Right,
maybe.
right.
Yeah. There's a word. Did they even say it on the show? They might have said it on the show. I can't remember.
I know exactly what you mean, but I can't get it. I can't. It's in the tip of my tongue, but I can't get it out.
Yeah.
Whatever the word is. Yeah, but it is a type of like
I know it's gonna bother me too. Because there is a word for it. But
I was more interesting. So then there was that whole thing, and they went back to the house. I mean, I don't want.
But this is where Sutton was. In her confessional, she was getting so emotional. She was crying. She was explaining her last moments with her father, and she touched him on his toe and this and that, and she used to touch him on his because they were so tight. But again, as sad as it was just I wasn't feeling the empathy for her. I don't know.
We don't really like Sutton. That's the problem.
Yeah, she's so not likable this season, especially.
Exactly. So it's hard to then say like, I mean, you can feel for her, of course, but it's hard to really because she's not like this glowing human.
No, she's not.
That you're like, oh my God, how could this happen to this amazing, wonderful, sweet, kind, loving, you know what I mean?
Right.
At the same time, you don't want it to happen to anybody, but it's hard to relate to her.
She's not relatable.
Right. It's just, she's not relatable.
She's not. And I'm just, a lot of it I see on any level, and I I see a very self-centered person in Sutton. I
Yes,
do.
agreed.
That's just how I
But I'm
see
sure
her.
her mom's
So
self-centered.
yeah,
So
yeah,
apple tree,
yes,
not far.
right. Like
The mom,
Garcelle said.
when she was getting divorced, well, who's paying for my house? I mean, that
Y-
was the first thing. Who's paying for my house?
Yeah, yeah. So like,
You
well, but
know?
what about me?
Yeah.
But then they take a quick pivot over to Erica, and
Thank
her
God.
house
Let's
is
talk
under
about.
renovation. Yeah, thank God we move over to Erica.
Oh, I love that she's giving I think Erica's house is perfection.
I love her
love
house.
it.
Yeah.
I love where it is. I love I think it's perfect.
Yeah, it really is.
It's so lovely. That's not cheap either, that house.
No, and she's
It's like at
renting.
least
We
$2
were saying that she
million.
doesn't own it, right?
I don't know if she does.
rents it. But I do. I mean, I love, and the cabana in the back, and that's where they're getting renovation too. I just love the whole thing,
I love
and
it.
it's like her little haven, right?
She said she's making her way back to normal after 5 years of hell. She's like, it's not normal to be sleeping until noon.
Yeah.
And then we chopped over to Bose and her daughter, Lael.
Yeah, and they have such a nice mother-daughter relationship. And her daughter, Lael, is very smart, like her mom.
Yeah,
you could just tell by the way she talks. Because what is her daughter? She's got to be a teenager, right?
Yeah, she's like going to be off to college soon, I think.
Okay.
But they were talking about
she's
her
young.
having a baby and how she felt about it.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my God, this girl is telling me to have that bond with another child would be amazing. And she's like, I can't believe, she's okay with it. And,
it was very nice and very sweet, very selfless of the daughter to say that. They have like a very nice thing. So it is nice to see that. And Bose was saying, it's just been the two of them for most of Lael's life.
Here was an interesting thing. So, there was all that Sutton stuff. But Erica and Dorit and Bose comes in the cheetah jumpsuit. I'm like, you gotta love Bose. Like,
when they went to dinner,
yeah, they had.
Was she wearing a cheetah?
She had a cheetah jumpsuit on. I was like, oh my, like it was.
She just always looks so fabulous.
She really does. But she says her and Keely have never said I love you.
Was that weird?
And yes, that's weird. And they're talking about having a baby.
Yeah,
And
I don't know.
Never said I love you.
Well,
Does
I
he
mean,
just want
maybe
her
you don't
genius?
have to say it. They both feel it, but no one has said it. So that's weird.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, but you really should say it.
Of course.
Like,
Wouldn't
I
that
don't
just
know.
come naturally out of your mouth?
I think Bose is like, yeah, he's got to say it first.
Yeah.
And then Dorit spoke to PK, and she's like, we start.
Now she feels like she's on the up and up.
Right.
with
We start talking
PK.
like we're friends, and she asked him, slow
No.
down a bit so she can catch her breath about the kids. And Bose said it feels like a trick.
She's right. Bose and Erica had to bring Dorit back down to earth.
And she said, no, he's not that guy, though.
No.
He's not going to trick her. But I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
I'm getting a lot of shadiness from PK.
Well, Erica said
more
that
than ever.
PK is ruthless, and he's calming you down to run the bases on you.
Yeah.
Erica's screaming from the mountaintop.
Yeah.
She said, she's not listening to her.
Yeah. It's a game, and wake
Dorit
up.
says to Bose, do you think this is a game? And Bose says, yes. So wake up, Dorit.
Yeah.
And she takes a big sip of her drink. I think they are good, but I also think that these Beverly Hills women are definitely skewed. You know what I mean? Where, I don't know. I probably err more on the side of Dorit, where I think everything's going to be just fine. But PK has been a little shady the whole time.
Yeah.
You can't send shady emails, Seven, and then you're best friends.
Yeah, I know. And like he ghosted her for weeks at a time. And then all of a sudden now he's like friends with her again. And then he sends her that nasty text saying, I'm at a wedding. What do you want? Or whatever. Right?
That
you
was
know what
last
I
week.
mean?
Right. Now
And then,
I'm at my wedding. Have a good day.
have a good day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, like talk about hot and cold.
I know.
It sounds like it. It just sounds like he is so up and down and unpredictable. So she should be. Look, if I were Dorit, I would be very careful. Like she's got to be careful with this guy.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wait, you know what I had a good giggle about? There's a lot of. We were mostly down in Augusta for this episode. I thought it was hysterical. This is one thing I didn't want to forget. Did you see in her house down there, above her mantle, there was a thing and it said Merce Cunningham. It was like
I didn't see
about
that.
Merce, and I was like, Merce is in the purse. So it was like a big.
So Merce is in her house.
Yeah,
Like
well,
his,
it wasn't
his
a picture of Merce. It just said Merce Cunningham. It was a big. It was over the mantle. It was a big poster picture, and it was framed, and it said Merce Cunningham.
They should have put that in there more.
I was like, oh my god! I was like, Merce is in the purse.
Merce in the purse.
I was trying to find anything that could make me giggle in this quite somber and depressing episode.
Very somber.
And then they wrap it up, Reba and Sutton, by saying, and Reba says, why would you think I wouldn't be proud of you?
Yeah, and this is where I felt for Reba. You know,
she said, well, I guess because you don't say it. And she says, I don't need to.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I need to. And Reba says, okay, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
look, there are people like that. And again, she came from, what did she say? The World War II post era. And,
right.
you know, it
The
was like there
cold,
was a lot going on in the world. People didn't talk about their feelings. She said she put someone in a crying baby in the crib and let it cry.
Let them scream, the Ferber method.
Yeah,
Throw them in the crib and let them scream it out.
Right. And she said, you know, my mom never told me I was pretty. Right? She said something about that. Like, it's just
she said she was a professional. She said, I didn't want to say it. I was a professional woman.
Yes.
It's the way that I was raised.
Yes.
You know?
And she thinks I love you is overused and trite.
Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, some people just are that way.
Reba would hate my house because I must tell my son literally 150 times a day, I love you.
Yeah, I
just
do
say
it too.
I love you just because, he farts and I'm like, I love you. You know what I mean? Like anything. I love you. I love you so much. Oh my God, I love you.
I know.
I love you. And it might be.
It just falls out of your mouth,
right? But I do. I love his farts. Like I love everything about him. He came out of me. There's nothing I don't love.
Oh, I know.
Him,
well, he's a little muffin,
right? And your kid, that's just the way it is.
I know.
And
but you're like a very lovey-dovey person. Reba is not. And she has a different way of showing it, and she doesn't feel like she has to say it.
But I thought
even though Sutton, I think, is a needy person, and Sutton needs to hear that.
But I thought she was great.
Yeah,
I thought it was great that she didn't come on like. I thought there was a nice little bow they put on it.
If we have
to talk about it, and I didn't think her mom turned out to be that bad.
No, I don't.
Or that difficult.
Right. And she said she doesn't like to travel, but she is going to go and see Sutton's show. She does want to see her
show, which is great. And she's like, she's going to come, and she said, I want to do better, and we can do better.
And I think that made Sutton very happy, which was nice. And she won't sleep in Philip's room. She had to throw the Philip dig in there again.
That's her. I don't understand.
That's her
why
grandson.
She doesn't like her
I know.
grandson.
I don't know. I think she was actually trying to be a little funny, but it was like her way of breaking the ice a little with that tender moment they were having. But
leave a tender moment alone.
Billy Joel.
Leave it alone.
As Billy
but
Joel
she
said.
didn't, of course.
Yeah, no.
Always got to bring a joke in. Jokes are good.
It is. It's a nice way. Again, like you put a bow on it, and then you end it with a little joke.
But Beverly Hills, let's move on. Let's get rid of this Dorit, PK, Kyle shit. Let's move off of the Reba Augusta shit.
Let's get out of Augusta.
Juicy episode next week.
Yeah.
I want to see, diamonds, something, jewels. Give me something.
Give us the glitz and glamour that Beverly Hills is.
I don't want to
throw some Kathy in there.
I don't want to feel like I'm going to slit my wrists after I watch Beverly Hills. You know what I mean? There's enough things for me to want to do that on.
I think, again, we got taken enough into Sutton's life. Let's put that away.
Make it stop.
Yeah, let's
that's going to be the
move on.
Hopefully that's going to be the lost episode.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't thrilled about this episode.
Why don't we move from that and head out to the Hamptons?
Sure, let's go to the Hamptons.
Let's head out to Summer House. I feel like we should have a big map in the room, and we should just go whoop, like my old nun used to do. She used to stand on a chair. Let's fly to Australia. And then we put a big push pin in the map. Let's fly to the Hamptons, shall we?
Well, I always think of you with the Hamptons because you had childhood home in the Hamptons,
I did,
right?
Yes.
Spent your many summers in
many summers
many summers.
Great time, beautiful place. Very different now. It was still very much
like a little more up and coming.
My family's home was in Sag Harbor, which they used to call the Unhamptons, which was like a lot of celebrities always lived there, but it was very low key. Mm-hmm. Now the whole Hamptons is so like when the Kardashians went there like 5 or 10 years ago, you knew all that specialness about it was out the window.
It became
Not
like a
that it's not
celebrity
still
haven.
great, but yeah, it was not what it is now. It was always, there were always celebrities around, but it was very low key, and in Sag Harbor especially.
Yeah, sure.
But
if anything, it was probably a place where a celebrity wanted to be like not recognized and quiet,
Joel's
shut
been
it
there
down.
forever. When I was a kid,
now it's just like
when I was a
so
kid, I used to see him
exposed.
in the buying hamburger meat with everybody else in
Wow.
the little grocery store.
Wow.
So
the legendary Billy Joel, unbelievable.
So many people, and my father's best friend. One of his dear friends was a realtor out there, so we knew where everybody lived, and
oh, nice.
Who was there, and the American Hotel. You could always find somebody there in Sag Harbor. You went there. There's a video of it on our Instagram.
Yes,
page.
where Justin Timberlake got his DUI.
Yes, exactly. That was always a place, but it was
very nice there.
Key. Low key.
Low,
now
and it's so not low key now.
No, it's jamming with people, too crowded, and
when we went,
place.
Me and the family went just for the day last summer. That was when we visited the American Hotel. It was mobbed there.
Yeah, it's
mobbed. I mean, it was just a sea of people everywhere.
Right, and it was not like that.
Okay, right.
It was not. There was a lot of people, but it was not.
Right.
There was you would never have said sea of people.
Yeah.
So it's just different now. So off to the Summer House premiere.
So episode 1.
Paige and Sierra, no traffic, move it. Everybody, because that's the whole thing. That was always when me and my friends were going out there. It was always like, trying to beat the traffic. Because that Long Island Expressway, listeners, for those of you that don't know or have never been there, turns into the largest parking lot in the planet, and you will sit there for hours. And there's really only one road, which is 27.
Yeah.
That goes in and out. And that's it.
It's like a one-lane road, right? Like, oof.
It's a rough one. So, Paige was in Italy with her family, and Craig came, and Paige and her brother were like making fun of Craig the whole time. Anytime he said anything, we were like, "Shut up, Craig." I mean, is that how you treat your boyfriend? Like, it's just so funny.
They were ganging up on him. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Craig is easy to pick on a little bit because he's Craig and he's a little.
Sierra says she might lay her dick on the table and say what a loser Wes is. I love that line. I loved that line. I was like, "You go, Sierra," because he is a big.
He's a big loser. I'm sorry,
loser.
And he
has no.
I'm almost like, why are you back?
Yeah,
I kind of liked him last summer.
Yeah,
no,
I don't know. I'm
not feeling West.
But him on nope. After that, I called him West. Right, it's West.
Yeah, it's West, which is like a weird name.
West Wilson?
I think so. Yeah, I think it is West Wilson. Is that his last name?
I feel like there's another name in there, like West. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I think it is West Wilson. I'm not sure.
He's not, you know what? He's not even cute.
Well, him and Jesse have that bromance.
Okay. And that is nice to see.
Yeah. They
and I think he was good for Jesse last summer when Jesse was dealing with possibly having cancer again and leaning on somebody.
He's a cool person, but
they're good friends.
He did not bode well at that reunion.
No, he did not. He did
like
not handle that.
And then he did this New York Times article.
Well, that's what really tipped her on off the edge with him, Sierra. He did a New York Times article.
What was it? It was just about like how he didn't really like her.
Yeah, I think he was trying to justify why they broke up. I didn't read the article, but it doesn't look like he put her in a good light or that situation in a good light. He was courting her all summer. Then he gets her, and then he dumps her.
Sorry she didn't bang you right away. Like, sorry, West.
No.
That you went the whole summer without having sex. Like, I'm sure he didn't. I'm sure he was getting it somewhere.
Of course.
But so they.
But they weren't a good match to me anyway.
No way. You think West, 20-something-year-old West, is gonna settle down with Sierra, who won't have sex with him? Like, are you kidding me?
No.
Jesse says, "Are you ready to see Sierra?" And he was like, "I think I'll be nervous to see her, but I think once we see each other, it'll be fine." And then
yeah, right.
She comes in and slaps his hand away. I love
that.
Like
she gave him such a cold shoulder.
Love it.
It was great. But did you notice like he was so anxious to get a room with Jesse, almost like be my protector, be my roommate,
let's do
please.
It. Come on, we'll have laughs and giggles. He's more like me. That's how I was always like, let's laugh all night. Have a room together. Yeah. So they picked their room together. They're Bert and Ernie.
There you go. They're Bert and Ernie. Very good.
So Wes and Jesse, of course, talk to the new girl.
Oh.
So who's the Jesse and Bailey?
So it
Jesse is the model girl.
right. And
Bailey?
Jesse and no, Lexi.
Oh.
Lexi
Jesse,
and Bailey.
Wait, is it so her
Lexi's
name's
the new girl,
Oh,
right?
her name's Lexi.
Lexi.
Oh, I love them calling her Jessie.
Oh God.
What am I doing?
Well,
Jesse's girl?
Jesse's
Okay.
girl. Well, she does look like she's going to become Jesse Solomon's girl. But
Wait, this was great though when she said, she said her name is Lexi Wood. And then he said, "What's your middle name?" And she says, "Diane." And Jesse says, "You sure it's not Gives Me?" Lexi Gives Me Wood. Jesse, really? Are you kidding me, Jesse? Jesse,
I
who
don't
just
know.
recently said to
It
me,
was a little
wait, who I thought it was just like, oh, Jesse, come on.
like
Jesse's
dumb
a little
dumb.
weird. I don't know. Like these guys are cute when you first see them, but then when you get to know them, they become so not cute to me. Like, does Jesse look like who just recently said to me? Jesse looks like he has a pacifier in his mouth.
Oh, is that what he's
He's got a pacifier mouth.
Well, he's got a
somebody just-
humongous mouth.
Yeah, he does.
Like he's all teeth. Even Lexi said that at one point in this episode. Like
She
he's
goes,
got
"I
a
like
lot of teeth.
and he's got a lot of them.
I like teeth, and he's got a lot of them. He's got a huge, big, smiley mouth. I don't know.
Yeah,
the smile like takes over his face.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So Lexi Gives Me Wood is there, and her
Okay,
friend
right.
was like such an afterthought. I was like, if I was, the
She
friend
was like
of
in the
Lexi-
part of the wallpaper.
Lexi probably has no friends because I don't know. I thought she was weird looking personally. I mean,
she
she's got
was. Her
this
name is
crazy
Bailey.
body. No, not the friend, Lexi.
Oh, Lexi.
She looks
Okay.
like a little bit Children of the Corn. They showed some children photos of her, and I was like,
Ah.
she looked scary to me. Like Children of the Corn. What's happening?
Well, she's very pretty. Like she has that model look because she
She's got a
modeled, right?
Sick body. I've
Sick
never
body.
seen such a body on
But I
anybody.
know what you're saying. There is like this
There's this, like,
eeriness a little,
I'm gonna
maybe.
murder you
I
in a
don't
field
know.
look.
Okay.
That's what I thought of. I don't know, like a scary, like
She
Children
could
of
be like
Corn.
the pretty girl in that horror movie.
Yeah, Lord of the Flies.
Yeah,
something
yeah,
where
yeah.
She's going to turn into a monster on you.
Okay.
Sierra and Paige show up with Kyle and Amanda. Amanda says that she loves Lexi and she wants to cuddle her like a puppy.
Well, I think Amanda and Lexi and Bailey were
met-
friends before.
They met at some kind of Bravo
Or they
thing
met somewhere.
somewhere.
Yes.
You know.
Okay.
So we know that Jesse's hot for Lexi.
Yes.
Sierra blows off Wes, like we said, and slapped him away with her love. Sierra calls Wes a bitch boy,
Yeah.
which I also love.
I love
I
her
only
little
usually hear that-
one-liners. It's
You
good.
only hear that usually on The Real Housewives of Jersey. You don't generally hear bitch boy from this crowd. So I kind of thought that was lovely. And of course, she was pissed off about what I already said about that.
Very pissed off.
Lindsay arrives.
I
with
know.
Gabby.
Yes.
Gabby, all I thought was Gabby looks like Diana Ross. Her freaking hair
Oh,
is
the
huge.
hair. Yeah.
What that hair? That is Diana Ross going on.
Was she? Did she always have that hair like that?
Yeah, but she usually.
But it's
wears-
even more.
She usually has it tamped. She usually has it like straightened or permed. They call it.
Okay. Right.
On a black person's hair, they call it a perm when they straighten it.
Right.
She normally has it straightened. I thought it was cool, but I was like, damn.
She looked like cool chick.
It looked like
yeah,
it
but
looked like a giant bush walking into the house. Like she looked like Diana Ross.
maybe that was the look she was trying to achieve.
She really did, which was cool.
But it is good that Lindsay's got her buddy with her, like her best bud, Gabby, with her, because
Yeah.
she needs that support when she's about to announce this huge news.
So I thought it was funny. Lindsay's like, the last time I was here, I was gaslit as fuck. Here we are, another year later. Cheers to a new summer. And I love
Yeah.
that Carl will arrive on Saturday because he never came. He never comes on Friday because it was historically a let's fight Carl and Lindsay night.
Right. So he's keeping with tradition.
So
and then it shows, of course, Sierra and Paige are in bed
with Jesse.
They
Jesse hopped
hit
in.
bed like quick now.
The bed rock
right?
crew.
Like the bed. Here we go to bed, and then Jesse comes in. Oh, and Jesse's flirting with Sierra, so that's like, ooh.
Yeah, maybe you never know where that.
I'm
her
like, is
body
something
so
gonna go
sick.
somewhere? Like, let's not let her get with another
Wait,
summer
this
house
was
guy.
funny.
Like, no more of that for Sierra.
Wait, this was funny. Jesse thinks Lexi is cute, but a bit ditzy. And Paige said, I think she's just Canadian. I don't
Yeah,
even know
what
meant.
does that mean?
It was funny. I don't know why.
Maybe
but
she was
why
just
would
trying to be
Canadian
funny.
Make her ditzy though.
I don't know.
It just
Did
was
she
funny,
come
like-
across as she? I think she's just like a laughing kind of giggly person, Lexi.
Yeah, but I hate
don't
the
know.
way he like said that to her. He's like, "Do people think you're ditzy?" And he's like, "I like to see where the line is with people. Like, I don't like that. I do not like that quality at all."
No.
Like in Jesse, I was like, when he was like, "Do people think you're ditzy?" Like, I don't know. I thought that was rude. He
I
was
know we're seeing
becoming,
another side of
he was,
Jesse,
yeah,
right?
his flirting side is not a game
He doesn't have
at
good. I was just gonna
all.
say he doesn't have good game. I feel like.
So
I don't
let's
know.
talk about Lindsay's big announcement, shall we?
What did you think? She gave like a 30-minute speech or something.
Well, I feel like when they were about to give the announcement, I thought it was interesting that West was sitting next to Lindsay. And he's like,
Yeah.
so you're pregnant? I've heard the rumors, but I didn't believe them, or something like
Mhm.
that. But listen, here's where Lindsay is a genius, I think.
Okay.
How she's played this to her defense. She gets up there. She's got an entire speech set out, right?
Yeah.
She got the whole speech with examples from the show,
Mhm.
right? All examples that they can just slide in, like, boop, boop, boop. Oh, here she is with Everett. Boop, boop, boop. Here she is with Stravy or whatever that guy's name was. Boop, boop.
The
Here she
sandwich
is with
guy. Who
Carl.
was the sandwich?
Yeah, that
guy?
was sandwich. How many sandwiches have you made me?
I didn't watch it then, so that sounds like it was a very funny
Steven Stravin.
season.
Oh my god, that poor guy. He did an Excel spreadsheet of why, and like,
Oh
he
God.
did like a report of like why they should be together, their relation. I mean, it was
He was like
she
one of those
tortured him.
geeky
No,
types.
She was like, you need to map it out for me. So he mapped it out on like paper.
Oh
Oh, God.
God.
How many sandwiches have you made me? Anyway, so so she's such a genius. She goes through this whole thing. She starts about 8 years back.
Yeah.
And then they can pull all the clips, and then because she's got to be like, because people are like, you got pregnant so fast after Carl, like, so she has to put her disastrous journey out. So then of course, then she whips out the freaking canvas. I'm pregnant, of course.
Yeah.
Then she whips out the canvas
Yeah.
of the baby, right? This massive thing.
Yeah.
And then she's 18 weeks, which is a long time
Yeah.
already.
That's
right?
almost like halfway
It's
through.
like almost halfway. She
like
barely
4
just
months.
broke up with Carl.
Yeah.
And then she goes upstairs, calls Turner, and then does a multi-platform post.
Yeah.
The
Immediately.
woman has got her shit together.
Oh, she had it all planned how she was going to do this.
She's a Bethany Frankel. She knows how to control her narrative.
Yes.
She's a Bethany. She's the same type of, there's no way her and Carl could have ever, because look at the way she just mapped that down to a science.
Yeah.
Carl would have been like, maybe I'll make a video. Maybe I'll do a Loverboy party.
Yeah.
They were never going to last.
No.
Different life philosophies, different people.
Very much.
What did you think of the whole thing?
I thought it was good. The way she announced it could have been a shorter speech. I didn't like Jesse's reaction to that speech.
What was Jesse's reaction?
He was like horrified. Like,
Really?
oh, we got a pregnant person in the house.
I think he's right. I think.
I know.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
it just turned me off to him a
he
bit.
could have been. Yeah, agreed. He's been turning me off since we started.
Yeah.
And what I also want to say was, okay, so we've got sexy little Lexi, right? Let's call her sexy Lexi.
Yeah.
We've got sexy Lexi, who is what, 24, 26 maybe?
Yeah, somewhere
Okay.
around there, yeah.
And we've got almost 40-year-old knocked up, barefoot and pregnant Lindsay.
Yes.
Lindsay, get off the show. What are you doing?
This
it shows
has
the
to
glaring.
be.
It shows the glaring difference between Lexi and Lindsay. Like, ay.
That right there is like a 14-year age difference.
Oh,
ish.
and
Right?
different part of life.
Different part of your time
She's
in
gonna
your
get
life.
all bloated now. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
She said it's top of mind because everybody's like, shouldn't Lindsay be on Real Housewives in New York City now?
See, I think so.
Well, they're saying it's top. She said a quote from her was, "It's top of mind with the executives of Bravo what to do with me right now."
Yeah.
That's top of mind. I'm sure she's going to end up on there.
I think she is. And she herself even said, I'm good TV. She is good TV. I know
She is.
she's nuts, but I think she's good TV. And yes, it has ran its course on Summer House.
But I think also she did say something. Oh, they were like, "What about these rumors that you and Turner have split up. And she
I
said
think
he's
that-
sitting in the back. No, she didn't say that they didn't split up. She just said he's here, he's in the back.
Okay.
She didn't say like we're together happily. She just said he's here, he's in the back. Maybe he was just there for the baby. I don't know. I thought it was a little sketchy, the answer. And she said, what about you unfollowing him on social media? She's like, I don't think I ever followed him on social media. So
Did she apparently unfollow him?
apparently, right. And she's like, I don't really know. So I wasn't altogether satisfied with her answers.
Okay.
Let's just say that.
Okay. So she's kind of leaving it like a gray area.
So basically, she's old Mother Hubbard.
Yes,
she's old Mother Lindsay
This is her
Hubbard.
last. She's not coming back to Summer House.
The contrast between those two is just wow.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I would be shocked if she comes back after this season.
I thought it was funny what Paige said, talking about the reaction to the pregnancy. And she said, I used to have rose-colored glasses on. Like, you get a job, like, you get married, you have a baby. She said, I also used to go into a tanning bed. Like, I thought that was so funny.
That's so funny,
She's
right?
like,
Oh, my God.
Like, what was I thinking? Like, things change. Right?
Yeah, really. Things definitely change.
And so
she would be horrified to have a baby. She kind of said that.
she
Like,
said,
thank God I'm not pregnant.
Oh, yeah. She said it on Southern Charm this week because she was like, Matt, we'll talk about Southern Charm when it comes on, but Madison was FaceTiming with Craig and Paige, and she said, I'm celebrating every day I'm not pregnant because Madison was trying to get pregnant at the time. And Paige was like, you and me both, sister. Like, woohoo.
Yep.
And I thought this was great. Going back to Summer House, Kyle comes home at 2 a.m. instead of 4 a.m.
Isn't that so nice of him?
Personal growth, Kyle.
He's
please.
Trying to make a valiant effort.
That is not a valiant effort.
To be a better husband to his wife.
A valiant effort would be 11:59.
Or not go at all.
Anything into the next morning, 2 hours past.
Yeah.
Kyle, you need to reevaluate.
Well, Kyle's the oldest one in that house, right? Like, he's like 40 something. He's like 42, I think, or something.
He's another one. Please go on another show. Go into the senior house.
Yeah.
That's where you need to be. You need to go somewhere else.
Go to the middle-aged house.
I mean,
Can they have like Summer House middle-aged?
Kyle looks younger. That's the only thing that
No,
saves
he
him.
does.
And
He
Amanda's
looks
younger,
good.
and he likes to party. But it's so no.
No.
I did not. He's like, personal growth. Just want to say I'm coming home at 2 a.m. And I thought, this guy just does not get it.
No.
Like, she's been home all night. Like, and they just sit around doing. She never goes out, Amanda. And neither does.
Yeah, she doesn't,
Paige.
right?
It's just like
Paige is not into that so much either. They want to be in bed.
So
it looks like Jesse is truly in love with Lexi. Like, this was like love at first sight.
That was funny. He was like, I definitely
She
love
just
her.
seems like an amazing person.
Yeah, that was funny when he was like,
it was, but
he's like,
it kind of just came very easily out of his mouth.
Like, he was joking. Obviously,
yeah,
but I think
he's smitten.
He's in love with her body, baby.
Yeah,
I know. Love with her. She's warm for her form, baby.
You know something is happening with them too this season.
And basically, Carl arrives, which is going to be interesting, but.
And he tells the producers he's nervous. Did you see that?
Oh, poor Carl.
He went off camera a bit, and he did say something about being. Look, of course he's nervous.
Antidepressants, like he needs something. Carl arrives.
I have a bit of a soft spot for him.
I do too, but I can't stand his hairy body. His weird, he looks like a skeleton. He needs to part his hair on the side, and not puff up what he has left. He needs to get rid of that beard. Carl needs such a makeover.
Yeah.
His capped teeth are. He looks like a little like the Crypt Keeper. I wish he was fuckboy Carl. He was so cute when he was fuckboy.
Well, I didn't see them back then.
He
had more weight on him. Is that it? And he had better hair.
He was also younger. His hair was different. He just was younger. He just he's emaciated looking.
Okay, so he had more full. He was fuller looking.
Yeah, he was just fuckboy Carl. He was just so much cuter.
I can't. But he was drinking then, right? That was when he had his addiction
he
problems.
Horrible. He was horrible. To what's her name, Workus. Oh my God.
Oh, was that his girlfriend?
Carl. But the fact that Lindsay was strutting around in her two-piece, I was like. I mean, not that she looked bad.
Oh, she looks like a glowing pregnant woman. Yeah.
But still, the contrast between sexy Lexi and Sierra's body, which just gets better
Oh, I
every day.
know.
I
Oh,
don't understand
all of them.
I don't understand how her body gets better with every day.
Yeah, I know.
She's
not human. It's like
she is perfection.
She's perfection.
And
she
so
is.
so Sierra is because she's got the boobs and the skinny.
Yeah, I know
my
everything.
God.
Yeah.
So Carl walks out, and we'll pick it up next week.
Now, did you like that they showed the 6 month later piece?
What was that?
So it was 6 months later, and it shows Paige telling the ladies in looks like Lindsay's apartment that Craig was texting two bitches.
How could we leave this out? Yeah,
that was a little bit of a teaser there. So it looks like we got Southern Charm and Summer House on simultaneously right now.
Right.
We're getting some foreshadowing from Southern Charm, and we're getting some foreshadowing on Summer House.
She caught him texting two bitches. I don't know.
I don't buy that.
I don't buy that.
He wasn't
either.
a cheating type.
He's not a cheater.
No.
And I don't know. I mean,
I don't think it's in him. I mean, were girls texting him? Probably, but like, I don't think
up the cameras again. But when is that going to air? Next week?
I don't know. What with the 6 months later?
Yeah.
I don't. I'm guessing we're going to see the whole season, and then they're going to show it
right
at the
they'll
end.
Be broken up.
Yeah.
But why are you showing us that now?
Because of what's going on in the real current news.
I see.
That's what I think.
Ugh.
Because we want to get Paige's side and we want to get Craig's side. So Southern Charm is going to show Craig's side.
I don't think he's broke his silence on that.
Summer House is going to show Paige's side. And it's going to be, these two are kind of at war a little bit now.
Yeah. It's becoming
It got messy.
It's becoming a little scandavalish.
It is.
Not really.
Not really, but
I don't think Craig did anything.
Paige is trying to clear her name.
I'm on team
She's getting a bad rap. And Craig is simply just explaining how it happened. I'm on team Craig too.
Charlie.
Even though I always say I like Paige.
Yeah, I do, but she's a lot of hype.
Yeah,
not a lot of payoff. I just don't see the big payoff there. Like, eek.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. It's like you're hanging out with Hannah Berner, who's just like
the gigglies.
As Reba said in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I think she said, was it 4-day-old carp? Who said that? Oh, no, that was on Southern Charm. Somebody's like, this is some 4-day-old carp. Somebody said that on one of the shows just recently.
Yeah.
Meaning like 4-day-old bad fish. Like, eek. What show was that? I'm watching so many shows.
It might have been Southern Charm. I know there's so many going on right now.
I think it was Southern Charm.
Okay.
Either way. All right. So we knocked out Little Beverly Hills. We knocked out a Little Summer House.
Yeah.
And we will see you next week.
Interesting to see where both of these shows go.
Let's go.
I think Summer House will pick up more. We'll get into a little more drama.
Yeah, let's see Carl show up.
With Carl showing up, there'll be more drama.
Carl's not going to do anything. He's just going to be like, hey.
But I do see this season being lighter than last season.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Let's go, because we just had a horrible Beverly Hills. Oh, Lord. Let's bring the fun back.
Please.
All right. On that note, we are out from the Hamptons.
Yes.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.